the longest-running panel discussion show in American radio. To make a comment or ask a question of the panel, call 401-766-1240 or email coffee@woonsockеtradio.com. And now, let's join the Coffee Ann panel.
It is Coffee Ann here on ONAM and FM. Thanks for joining us, our first Coffee Ann of the month of August 4th, here in 2025. Hi there, Joe Callahan with you. Around the table, we'll say good morning to Dave Richards. Hi, Dave.
Hi, Joe. I'm loath to contradict. Didn't you have a show on Friday?
Yep, wrong again. Okay. Second Coffee Ann show here.
Good morning, Joe. It's nice to be with you.
Thanks.
I feel so good now.
All right. Former Mayor Cumberland, Bill Murray, is joining us. Hello there, Bill.
Good morning, Joe. I won't correct you.
Another reason I feel good.
And the current town administrator of North Smithfield, Scott Gibbs, is with us. Hello, Scott.
Good morning.
And we'll be talking about things going on in North Smithfield.
So we've got a has-been, a should-have-been,
Well,
and a never-should-have-been.
Oh,
and,
wow. Really?
who's
This is
that?
a tough
I'm not
show.
sure why I fall into that.
Yeah,
I'm not
who's
either.
who?
and an is around the table.
If you have any comments or questions about North Smithfield, call them in at 766-1240. But the first thing we're going to do is, not that I hate to do this, Bill.
Oh, come on.
Oh,
You
I
don't
know
hate
this
to
is
do
coming.
this.
No, you're right. But I want to gloat. Oh, who's in second place? Oh, that's the Red Sox.
Oh, I got this last.
And where are the Yankees? Big
I-
Yankee fan.
Oh, I got this.
Third, 4.5 games out.
I'm going to take the beating. I'm embarrassed.
There's a
but
problem in New
Here's
York.
what I told my son last night when he texted me and he said, "I haven't been able. I've been out. He was taking his daughter around to colleges,
All right. Yeah.
which is a lot of baloney they didn't know." He said we beat Houston, and we also the Yankees, I think, lost to Miami. Is Miami still in the league? This is the text I got, and I said, you know what? I want to talk to you both in October. He and his other brother. I'll talk
That's
to you
right.
in
Talk-
October, and then we'll
Then we'll see what's
discuss
going on. Yeah, okay.
the real nitty gritty of these things. But I'll accept it.
I have to agree with Bill. Between the All-Star break and September, July and August is crazy time in baseball.
Sure
and
is.
people are they're getting into it now. They're past with the graduations. I mean, some people don't even watch the Red Sox games, I know, until it gets past the All-Star.
Until they start winning, and that's what's happening now. Like Joe.
So the point here is, I'm looking at it and I'm saying, this is unbelievably unusual that the Red Sox should be making this comeback. But don't worry, we've
Although
got an
the
ace
swoon's
in the
gonna start.
hole, the September swoon, a long-standing Red Sox tradition of hundreds of years. The September swoon is in the offing.
We'll see.
And you take a look at a club like New York. New York is typically a late-season team when they're not beating everybody up for the entire season. So they're taking a little break right now, resting up for the playoffs.
Yeah, right.
Right, Bill?
You got it.
For the man who never played.
I'm glad somebody's backing me up. I don't hear anything from Scott.
Scott, where do you stand on this?
I'm from the Midwest.
Oh,
I'm a
oh,
White
okay.
Sox
Oh,
fan,
well.
so I can't brag about it.
Jeez, that's
yeah.
embarrassing. All right, keeping on sports, it's tough to say congratulations for the Burrillville Little League,
Well,
but
yeah.
Great job. When I looked at it, when I heard about it, they lost over the weekend down in
Right.
Bristol, Connecticut.
Right.
And but how many? Look at it this way: how many kids played Little League baseball just in the state of Rhode Island? Thousands. Right?
Thousands.
Right.
Okay,
Yeah.
these 15 or 20, I don't know how many went. That's it. Just you 15,
15, probably
got to go to
about
Bristol
15.
and keep playing. That's exciting.
It is.
So,
Yeah.
good for them.
It's still
and they went down
an
there.
honor, but they changed it where
Yeah, I know, and
they're
I don't
now in
agree
the
with that.
Mid-Atlantic.
Yeah, they're with
For
New York, New
years,
Jersey, and Connecticut, and Rhode
Remember
Island.
when we won and Dave,
Yeah.
Dave Belisle took a team and
Yeah.
a few teams like that from around here. Now they're in that Mid-Atlantic, which is a tough.
It's a tougher group.
Tougher group.
Yeah.
And not that you got to play the best to be
Anyway,
the best.
yeah.
Right? So it's you got to take your hats off to them.
They made it.
It's a great thing. You almost hope, because they lost both games, if I remember reading,
They did.
by the Mercy road.
Yeah.
That's the only thing that'll hang over the kids.
Yeah.
But they should be proud they did it. And by
And
the
they
way,
tried,
they
so-
represented Rhode Island.
Mm-hmm.
And it's quite a joy, because I had one of my kids played when they went down to Bristol. That Bristol
Complex
whole
down there?
complex
Yeah,
is
it's beautiful. Yeah.
Yeah.
One of the sports news that broke over the weekend was it looks like the Connecticut Sun is going to go to Boston and not come to Providence, although they're not ruling out. Well, if the Celtics are playing or the Bruins are playing, maybe they'll move the games down to Providence as an alternative. okay. Always like getting second
Well,
best,
the,
but
the story was, if people haven't been paying attention, is that people who are involved in ownership in the Celtics are players now in the possible purchase.
former owners.
Former owners. Okay.
Yes,
Well,
of the
they
Celtics.
were involved anyway
Yeah.
in the ownership of the Celtics.
Plus, the NBA is underwriting the WNBA.
Right.
But you see how much?
The NBA puts money into the WNBA.
I didn't know
Okay.
that.
Yeah, they're the ones
I
that are
didn't
keeping
know
it
Yeah,
afloat.
Did you see how much he wants to pay for the Connecticut Sun?
350.
325
Oh
million.
my God! You know,
$325 million for a WNBA
You could build a
team?
small city for that.
I know.
No,
And
you-
by the way, they're 5-21 this year. The team is not
and
very
by
good.
the way, the last I think I read the last team that was bought was $10 million.
Was it?
Yeah,
Well,
it was like a ridiculous. I spoke to the governor. He was pretty hepped up about it.
yeah.
He had some serious talks with them.
Oh, I know.
And I know through Ernie Almonte, who's the head of the Civic Center.
Mm-hmm.
They had a couple of tours through there.
Mhm.
I mean, they played this very serious. And,
maybe we can get a couple of games
And I know
and
the governor thought
sell it out.
that he had a
Good shot.
outside shot. But
Yeah.
one thing I think is the biggest thing is the markets. The Boston market, unfortunately,
Of course.
is too
It's big.
too big. So if you're making a decision, especially if you dump $350 million,
Yeah.
you want to get the biggest market you can. They've played there, the Suns,
Twice.
and
It's
what
sold
they
it
have,
out.
18,000.
They
or
sold it out
something?
twice.
Yeah.
So
You-
that
So what's your biggest?
talks a lot.
What's the biggest in here? 11?
at this
Yeah,
at
I
the
think
amp,
it's 11 or
12.
12.
whatever
yeah, 12, yeah.
whatever
It's 12,
PC
yeah.
can fit. Okay. Well, we'll see what goes on with that. All right, moving away from sports, we're back over to North
Or at
Smithfield.
least to be 12 before the handicap rules, I think.
Yeah.
Could
I
be.
think it's slightly under
Yeah,
12
probably.
now.
I thought that's why I had 11.
Took a bunch of
Yeah.
seats.
All right, Scott, you want to talk about tax rates in North Smithfield?
Well, of course.
Again?
No, hey,
Well, where do we stand? Or where
I
do you
mean,
guys stand?
The tax rates were set the last day in June because they have to be set before July 1. So we went through reval, set the new rates. I'm not going to tell you right off the top of my head what those rates are because I can't remember. But the total assessed value on residential property in North Smithfield went up around 30%. Burville went up about 31%. So when we went through the whole calculation, the average tax levy per house, the average, is actually a reduction in taxes.
Mm-hmm.
Of course, that's the average. There's some who are going to get a big reduction, there's some who are going to get an increase. But
Right.
it's completed, which is great. Now we can move on to other stuff because the whole budget process just is consuming for literally 4 months out of the year. It's absolutely consuming.
Bill can agree with that, right, Bill?
I fully agree.
Yeah.
And a lot of people don't understand the evaluation either, because it's every 3 years they can do a general, what they call a general
Statistical.
flyover.
Yeah, statistical.
And then 5 years, I believe it's still 5 years, they do the full. And I always went by the fact that when you did it, a third go up, a third stayed the same, and a third go down.
Yeah.
Just as Scott said,
That's the way it is.
you know, you go with your average out. That's what you want to do is average the 3 out. So
That sounds about as fair as you can make it.
yeah, no,
Yeah,
it's-
and I this is not always a politically correct thing to say, but, you know, I look at my house in North Smithfield. I live in Forestdale, nothing fancy, but it's a nice home. Well, I pay for my taxes in North Smithfield compared to what I'd be paying if my house was in Cranston. It's night and day.
Yeah.
Our taxes are very, very realistic and very fair in North Smithfield. The only downside is we don't have a lot of money to invest in infrastructure, which is what we're really struggling with right now.
Yeah. Well, what kind of infrastructure projects are on your list of your wish list of things to do that you're waiting to accumulate some cash to
Well,
do?
for example, we designate usually about $1 million a year for road resurfacing.
Right.
The council cut that back by $100,000. Of course, $1 million now does half of what was done 5 years ago.
Well, yeah.
But, you know, I ended up going out Friday and looking at all the roads that the Public Works Directorate I preliminarily identified for repaving. I'm just sitting going, man, are these roads in bad shape. So roads is one area. The other big area is water system.
Really?
We have
I thought the water system had been updated.
no, not in Union Village. It hasn't.
Oh,
and
Union
that's
Village.
a real problem.
Okay.
So we're trying to figure out an approach to that now. That's the one thing that keeps me
That's
up.
the furthest leg of the Slatersville system, isn't it?
Yeah, well, there was always this issue, who owns it, Woonsocket or North Smithfield.
Oh.
And it's gone through the PUC several times. The system has not really been invested in. And it's the one thing that, in my opinion, could be a budget breaker. If that system collapses, the ratepayers aren't paying for that.
Nope.
There's not enough people there to pay for it. It's going to have to be the town.
Mm-hmm.
And we need to really get ahead of that right now, which is what we're going to focus on.
Well, you're on it then.
Well,
If there's
I'm
a
thinking
solution,
about
you'll
it.
find it.
It's finding an approach is the key, and it's not going to be overnight.
So I think I understand what you were just saying is that if you have something that you're depending on, excuse me, but you know it might belong to your neighbor, it might belong to you. You can't just unilaterally go out and spend money fixing it up. It might be theirs.
Well, beyond that too, the cost to completely transform a system that is that old, given the number of ratepayers that are on it, you can't amortize that cost through assessments.
Right.
Any chance to go back to Wells?
No, that wouldn't.
No, it wouldn't
Going to
work.
Wells isn't really smart anymore in terms
No.
of water quality issues and stuff. It's
All right.
just a matter of saying, okay, this is what we have. What are the most critical issues right now? What are the sort of sequentially? What do we need to be investing in? You know, and we're putting together an asset management commission, which is going to be looking and managing all assets in town. And this is going to be I'm hoping will be our priority at the beginning.
One of the things that you're looking at possibly tapping into the industrial parks water system.
Well, it's all that system's on Woonsocket Water now.
Oh, is it now?
Yeah, we don't have a
I
well.
thought Slatersville was its own
No,
autonomous
I think
system.
we don't have a well-based system. These are all part of the
Oh.
Woonsocket system. Now we have several different operating units. Union Village is the one that's I'm talking about here.
I see.
But we don't. We had a flood in Memorial Town Hall years ago that destroyed a lot of the plans of the water system.
Oh gosh.
And you talk to the water
Wow.
superintendent,
Yeah.
and he'll look as you say, to be honest with you, I don't know what kind of pipes in that road right now.
Wow.
Right.
It can be one of 4 different pipes.
Right.
And they all have different lifespans. That's a huge problem.
Right.
So we need to get a handle on what do we have right now, and what's the material? Is it ductile iron? Is it whatever?
What is the age of those?
What is the
piping?
age? Because
Right.
No, that's
most
the
of those
big-
are already outlived their age.
Yeah.
And then what's the inverts and all those kinds of things, and let's go out and start figuring out what do we need to start replacing sequentially to bring the system up to speed.
I see.
So that's a big issue. I think
I
we need to
missed
handle.
that whole thing that Slatersville is now part of is getting water
Yeah.
from Woonsocket.
I'm in Forestell. I'm on the Woonsocket water now.
I didn't know that. I thought that Slatersville had its wells and had that water tower that they replaced and they pumped over to the industrial park water tower and
That's, I believe, is there for fire protection. I don't
Yeah.
believe it's actually, because it was, I think, fueled by a well off of Comstock Road, and that well, in my understanding, is it's been closed. But if my water and superintendent's listening to me right now and he's like screaming, in his rearview mirror, I apologize,
No.
Bill. You can educate me when I get back to the office.
He will.
He will.
Are you getting a lot of calls at Town Hall about the roads in North Smithfield?
Oh, I would say 9 out of every 10 calls that I get into
Right.
my office are because of road
Roads.
conditions. Yeah.
Okay.
Remember that.
All right.
Remember, it's paving, trash. Those are the two major
Those are the
things
biggies, yeah.
that you live and die with
That's
as,
right.
as a mayor or administrator. But talking about it, the roads in Cumberland, pipes in Cumberland, we have 100-year-old pipes, and we had a plan, and it had got sidetracked after I left because the water superintendent also left, probably a year after I did, and they didn't even look at the plans, and now they're having breaks
Issues.
left and
Yep.
right. Yeah.
All right, we're going to take a break here on the Coffee and program. We got a note to get to. We will when we
Speaking of
come back.
breaks.
That's right. More Coffee ads coming up. Stay tuned.
ON 1240.
Picture this. You're driving, glancing at a text. Just 3 seconds. That's all it takes to miss the car braking ahead. Distracted driving kills over 3,000 people every year. A text, a call, a quick scroll, it can wait. Your life and others can't. Put the phone down. Eyes on the road. Arrive alive. This timely message is brought to you by Landmark Medical Center. Visit landmarkmedical.org.
If you're 55 or older and into that whole saving money thing, T-Mobile has an exclusive phone and internet bundle just for you. Right now, get 2 unlimited phone lines plus 5G home internet for just $30 each per month with autopay, plus taxes and fees. And with 5G home internet, setup is easy with just one cord and no technician needed, which is great if you're also into that whole keeping it simple thing. Switch now and experience the best mobile network in the U.S. Visit your local store to start saving. T-Mobile, it's better over here. Based on analysis by Ookla Speed Test Intelligence data Q4 2024 to Q1 2025. Ookla trademarks used under license. Unlimited on our network. Customers on voice plan may notice speeds lower than other customers and further reduction if using more than 50 gigs a month due to data prioritization. Video streams and SD on this plan. Home internet pricing after $20 a monthly bill credit plus $5 per line without autopay. Debit or bank account required. See 5G device coverage and access details at tmobile.com.
The Coffee and Panel is enjoying coffee from Down East Coffee Roasters. All their coffee is roasted right here in Rhode Island. Down East Coffee Roasters is available at all Little General stores.
And worldwide.
It's Coffee and on ON. Thanks for joining us. Joe Callahan here with Dave Richards, Bill Murray. We're also with Scott Gibbs, town administrator from North Smithfield. A note was called in. All right, Dave, you might be able to shed a little light on this. The answer is probably, well, money, Joe. But the question is, why did the Red Sox play at 11:30 yesterday, and why were they only streaming on the Roku channel, which was good for me because I stream with Roku because I was able to watch it.
I never heard about it.
Yeah. So the only thing I could think of was, because it had down a little corner, it's like, Sunday baseball on Roku.
Travel.
Well, I'm thinking they wanted to get in as many games as they could. So there's the Red Sox in Houston started at 11:30. Okay, at 3 we start another game. Okay, 6 o'clock tonight we start another game. I'm only thinking that's why they're starting it that early on a Sunday afternoon. And then it's like, well,
Sunday
Roku's
morning.
doing it because they paid MLB so we could pay
Sunday
it.
morning. Well, it's possible. The truthful answer is I don't know. When Denise and I discussed it in our home over the weekend, because I heard them talking about 3:30 a.m. for a game, and because she watches the games, and I just pass by every now and then. I pick up a little of this, a little of that. Sometimes I'll sit down and watch a half an inning or so, but I'm busy doing other things. So I heard that, and I asked her about that. She said, "Oh no, they played at 11:30 this morning in Fenway." I said, "Geez, I wonder why they did that." She says, "I don't know." I says, "Maybe it had to do with airline scheduling and getting both teams to where they had to go next."
Maybe Boston stays home. They're playing Kansas
Boston
City.
staying home. Yeah. So maybe as an accommodation, excuse me, Houston has to go someplace. They want to catch an earlier plane.
Maybe. All right.
I have a theory.
All right. Go
Oh,
ahead.
yeah?
They weren't sure of the pitcher that was pitching, and so they were trying to hide the Red Sox for that day. So that a lot of people didn't get that. I didn't
They
watch
won.
them. I didn't say that. I just said they tried to hide it at 11:30. How many people watched at 11:30? That's just a theory I have.
I did.
Well,
The Yankees always
Really,
play
yeah?
at prime
Yeah.
time.
It was also on MLB TV, but you got to pay for extra
Yeah.
for that, and so
Oh yeah.
if
well,
you're not streaming on Roku, so
well, this is another reason why we didn't see the
money, money.
Marvel Little League team because
Yeah, I
That
gotta
was
see
on
it.
Plus, that ESPN Plus,
Yeah.
right?
But you got to pay for ESPN, so
Yeah, plus,
that's
right,
why I
you
didn't
do,
see
yeah.
it. So, all right, back to North Smithfield.
our streaming TV service that people are watching right now is free. Please let me stick that in there. And
Scott, what are you hearing out in North Smithfield from residents or from anybody at town hall about the changes that RIPTA is making?
I haven't heard anything. We posted it on our newsletter, but I haven't really received any feedback on it yet.
Okay, I know.
it didn't win socket.
Yep, I know they had a meeting at Harris Hall, and I talked to people that were there, and there were residents from North Smithfield that came down to want to know how is this going to affect.
Was that was a RIPTA
Meeting.
event? Okay.
Yes,
Yeah.
but I don't know if it had made your way up to you.
I've received
And say,
no phone calls
no?
regarding it.
All
That
right.
doesn't mean it's not an issue. That's why we put it. That's why we put it on the website.
Yeah,
because
the
we knew
changes.
it was going to be an issue.
Yep, Route 59X. I don't know.
That's the express
Is it?
route for 59, which is Woonsocket to Providence.
Goes through North Smithfield?
59X. Well, generally speaking, it all goes through
Yeah.
North Smithfield. You go through North Smithfield to get to Providence, Joe.
Well, okay
And,
then. Well, that's right.
North Smithfield is the
They're close.
epicenter of the world. You
I
did not know that?
keep
Come on.
forgetting that.
Come on.
And if you want to take 59 or 59X to Providence, you would be walking to Park Square and standing on the North Smithfield side of the road.
Is that the one in front of...
Right in front of Stop and Shop.
Stop and Shop, okay.
Yeah.
All right, and you're right about that 146 North Smithfield being the epicenter because it's just so much fun driving on 146
Oh, God.
with the
I don't know.
It will
It's
get better.
looking better. It's
But
looking
it
better.
just bugs me that people, if we're going over the flyover bridge, why are we stopping?
Because people are driving along on the right-hand side.
I know, try to cut over.
Improperly, and then saying, "Oh, I can't go and stop at that stoplight," and then they cut in front of you.
What they're also trying to do is just pass you on the inside lane.
Right.
There you
To
go.
get cut
yeah.
the lane, and then all of a sudden...
Cut
yeah.
over. I just had that happen this morning.
Yeah.
Just happened.
That goes north and south.
North and south.
That happens.
That's right.
Okay.
Sure. First time in my life over the weekend, we passed under the flyover bridge.
Oh yeah.
Yep, Denise and I were out. We were shopping, and we stopped off at Anchor Subaru, and we had to take the underneath the bridge thing there. That's the first time I did that.
I can tell you who's not happy, and they're good friends of mine. It's the Benoits. It's
Yeah.
Subaru and Nissan.
All right. Have you
It's-
talked to the Benoit brothers lately?
I have not spoken to him about this, although we have some consultants that met with them
Yeah.
because we're looking at infrastructure in that corridor.
Okay.
Yeah, they've met with I know the governor quite a few times, and they
I
just
had no trouble getting there.
they've had people that have, from what I've heard, because I go there.
Yeah.
I bought my cars there at the with the
Probably
Benoits.
when they were in Manville too.
And no,
No?
that's I'm not that old. But they were in Cumberland, by the way, not Manville.
Oh, I'm sorry.
They were Cumberland, so I'll correct you there. But years ago, the father was. They're great people, but they've had complaints from their customers, and
That it's difficult to get there.
well, yeah, well they just this even started before when they came out
Well,
with the
yeah.
plans originally, because I was a little bit involved with Gary.
Yeah.
And I wasn't mayor at the time, but I don't believe I was. But I did it because they knew I knew the governor, and so.
All right. Another note called in back to the Red Sox. Houston's game yesterday with the Red Sox. It was a morning game because it was a getaway day for the Houston Astros.
Did I not say that?
They had to get to Miami. They're playing today down in Miami, so that's why they had an early start.
This is why I said that.
There you go.
So they're going down to,
Thank you very
to
much,
play
whoever
the
it
team
was.
that just swept the Yankees?
That's
Whoa,
correct.
whoa,
Yes,
whoa.
yes.
Boy, that hurts, Scott.
Let's make another note of that.
The Red Sox,
For a
the Red Sox-
Midwesterner, he stuck that one in.
We have
pretty
nothing
good.
else to go for.
But the Red
From the White
Sox
Sox fan.
just swept Houston.
That's right. Yeah.
And didn't they do well against Los Angeles?
2 out of 3.
There you
Yes,
go. Los
all right.
Angeles is world champions.
Yeah. Okay. Summer concerts.
So they got a chance tonight.
That's true. Summer concerts in North Smithfield. You had one July 24th. You got another one coming up this Thursday.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
With Jesse Liam. Things going well with the concerts?
Town hall's open late Thursday nights to 7, and
Yeah.
my office looks out over, and I hear every
Every
song.
note.
Oh, yeah. And Jesse Liam Band is a great local band.
Oh yeah.
Really, they got a great following there. You're going to do well.
You got big crowds.
And the weather looks good for it
Yeah,
already.
they do pretty well.
Oh, good.
The weather looks good for it
Yeah,
already.
this
on
week
Thursday
is
night.
phenomenal. Yeah.
All right. Great.
Last Thursday, not so great.
Can you give us an update? You always do on every month. Things going with the Hallowell project. Anything new to report over there?
The Hallowell project, we've completed the design development phase, and it's now out for cost estimation. So we do cost estimation, design development, then we do cost estimation after final design. So hopefully we'll be have some preliminary numbers back on that in a couple weeks.
To be
And
what now? I've lost track.
That's a
because it's taken
multi-generation.
so
Well,
long.
we call it a multi-generational facility, and
Oh, I
hopefully
see.
that's what it's
I
going to
see.
be at some
Community
point.
center.
But it's a senior center at the beginning, so it's basically building a
Maybe
new
the seniors
facility.
have more chance to go there, but it's a multi-generation. center,
Yeah,
right?
well, we obviously want to be able to connect the kids with the
Of course they
seniors.
do, yeah.
And then also the public safety complex is going out to bid for construction management services now. So we have two large projects So we'll wait to see what the costs come in at.
Yeah. And then you got to figure out how to bring in the money to do it, right?
Well, we've raised
Paper.
so far for the multi-generational facility $5 million, both congressional
That'll cut the grass.
appropriations. We have one more congressional appropriation through Senator Reed's office. We met with him, his staff last week. But of course, we have no idea what's going on up in Washington right now.
Yeah.
So we'll probably get better clarity on that sometime in late September.
Well, you may have been given the word too. I was told one time that municipalities were being told, if you got a federal grant, spend it fast.
Before they pull it back.
They might take it back.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know how political that statement was. I didn't see it as a dig toward the administration, but it was more. It was delivered in a way that was matter of factly.
Everything that was in the 25 year
Yeah.
has been taken.
Yeah.
So if you have anything before 25, it's not been taken. But, obviously what's going on right now, this whole thing between Trump and Schumer, that's really an effort by the Democrats to try to claw back some of the money that's been cut out.
Yeah.
But, we don't control it. All we can do is
Oh,
just
I
sit
know.
back and watch.
See what will happen.
You're
so-
in the cheap seats watching the game.
Yep.
All right. Other things, just looking at your newsletter, the North Smithfield High School class of 1975 is having their 50-year reunion coming up in
Well, it's been
September.
50 years.
I already had my 50th, man, so that's old news. And no, I did not go to it.
No? All right. They're opening it up to the classes of 74, 75, and 76. It's going to take place at the Village Haven on Saturday, September 13th. And this is how we are now in the 21st century. You Venmo the money to whoever is coordinating this
I
thing.
gotta learn.
And if you don't Venmo,
You're in trouble.
you don't know, you can't send in any money. Unless you can email the guy and say, can I send you a check?
Well, I certainly hope so.
Checks.
Yeah.
What's a check,
I
you know?
mean, Yeah.
I had one of my grandchildren show me how to do it
How to
and
Venmo?
set the app and everything. I never knew how.
They want to make sure that you know how to Venmo them.
That's right.
It's not coming your
That's
way.
exactly.
Have you Venmoed any money yet, Bill?
I have.
You've sent money?
Yeah, I sent one. Yeah, I had one of
Wow,
my
good for you.
granddaughters had a cancer thing for hockey up at Mount St. Charles.
Okay.
And so I was very proud that I knew what I was doing. Well, I thought I did. But you have to do it
Well,
because you can't get tickets anymore either.
it's tough.
From
Well,
different
that's
events.
their problem, not yours.
Yeah, well,
They don't get your money.
that's right.
I mean,
That's-
listen,
No,
I
the-
run a business here. You better believe I go way overboard to give people a chance. You can pay on your website, you can pay at the counter, you can use plastic, you can send a check. You walked in with cash, we'd take that. You kidding me? To get paid? I bend over backwards so I could take the money for what you do.
They want it easy. They want to
I
be
don't
able
care
to,
what they want.
I know.
They got to learn how the world works.
Does anyone watch
If
the
you're-
TV show Tulsa King?
No, I don't.
Just started watching it. Sylvester Stallone stars in this, and he went in to go pay for something with cash, and the guy said, "Oh, sorry, we don't take cash." And he says, "Haven't you ever heard the expression 'cash is king'?" Well, the guy's like 20. No, I haven't.
No.
Right.
No, that's
Why
not-
would I?
That's right. That's right. So-
Republic.
We
don't have kings here.
yeah, right. The Great Pumpkin Fest is coming,
Yep.
and
Oh, gosh, yeah.
September 20th.
Next month.
September 20th.
Yep.
So
We'll be there.
and they're looking for vendors if you want to become one. So that's always exciting.
I've already filled out my paperwork.
Excellent. So so everything going well with that? As
Yeah,
far as you know?
I have nothing to do with it, thank God.
Oh, you'll show up.
Oh, I'll show up, but
Yeah.
I have nothing to do with it.
Hey,
that's good.
one
Well,
time I saw
that's
that there
fine.
were booths from the Republican Town Committee and the Democratic Town Committee, and they were across from each other. I said, "This is great, this small town stuff."
All right, Scott, we're running out of time for your monthly visit here. Is there anything else you wanted to bring up about North Smithfield that you need people to know about, to be aware of, things like
Well,
that?
there's been some stuff online. I do not follow social media whatsoever.
Okay.
I only find this stuff out from my daughter.
What are they saying about North Smithfield?
Well, the big one of the issues is beavers.
Beavers.
Yeah, we've been having some flooding problems off of Mechanic Ave, and it's because of a beaver dam.
The dams, yeah.
On the
Same in Cumberland.
pond that's by the brothers' property that has been sold. So if people want that issue resolved. I've got one council person who's making sure. He said, "Don't make sure you don't harm the beavers."
Right.
So it's my we'll do the best we can. It's on private property. I can't go on private property to solve this problem. And quite frankly, my most concern is to protect private property. But it's North Smithfield, so that's the big issue right now. The beavers.
That's been going on forever. Over at Homestead Gardens, which is now the Beach Farm property, that pond over there, they're constantly.
The beavers are prolific.
Just go by Diamond Hill Park and see the damage they've done. We couldn't do it. We at one point before I came in as mayor, the recreation director Mike Crowley, they grabbed a couple of the beavers and all hell broke loose.
Won't touch the animals.
When I came in one time at a council meeting, there had to be 50 people show up. I never saw so many in town hall with Save the Beaver shirts on, and it was a nightmare because there's all rules about how you can do it.
That's true.
And all I will go back to is just look at what the damage there. They did flooding down below. I had those neighbors, and I felt so bad for the neighbors. We couldn't do anything. And they're
supposedly
awful.
there's a solution where they actually put a pipe through the dam, and the pipe allows it to continue to drain without tearing the dam down. There's a name given to it. There was an article, they did it, I guess, in Burrville. But again, this is private property.
Did it work?
They said it did work.
Because we tried, Land Trust tried it on Nate Whipple Highway.
Yep.
And they put the pipes in, and it never worked.
Really?
Yeah,
Wow.
they spent a lot of time on that. We didn't as a government do it, but they did it as a
Can't
Land
be
Trust.
cheap.
No, it isn't.
No.
Wow. But I always remember that it really didn't work.
They're hard.
It's tough.
They're a tough group.
And they do a lot of
Beavers are
Animal
tough,
rights,
man.
yes.
Don't want to mess with the beavers.
Nope.
All right, Scott.
Or Jerry Mathers.
Yeah, that's right. Scott Gibbs, thanks for coming in.
All right, thank you.
Appreciate it. We're going to take a break here on Coffee and take a look at the forecast being brought to you by unbound.org.
Patchy wildfire smoke today, sunny skies otherwise with a high of 89 degrees and light and variable wind. Tonight, patchy smoke before 9 p.m. Mostly clear skies otherwise with a high of 63. Tuesday's weather, partly sunny skies, high of 85. Wednesday, partly sunny, 81. Thursday, mostly sunny and 81 and calm wind. Friday, sunshine and 82. Saturday, sunshine and 85. And Sunday, mostly sunny skies, high near 88 degrees.
Outside the Navigate Credit Union broadcast studio at the corner of Park Ave and Kennedy Street, mostly sunny skies and 66 degrees. A girl in Kenya dreams of becoming a doctor. An elder in Guatemala dreams of being part of a community. Reach out and change their world, and it will change your own at unbound.org.
Dean Bank knows the most common reason young people have their account closed is not understanding how overdrafts work. Basic financial literacy is no longer taught in school before they open their first account. If you or someone you know has a child 14 to 17 years old and are thinking about their first checking account, Dean Bank offers to sit with them and their parent to explain how an account works, how to avoid fees, and get started on the right track. Call this number, 508-803-7809 for complete details and to arrange a meeting. Dean Bank, member FDIC, member DIF.
One drink too many can change everything. In a heartbeat, a night out becomes a nightmare. Drinking and driving risks lives. Yours, your friends, a stranger's. Every 39 minutes, someone dies in an alcohol-related crash. Be the hero, call a ride, hand over the keys, plan ahead. Don't drink and drive. This timely message is brought to you by Cumberland Kitchen and Bath Design Center. Visit cumberlandkitchen.com.
ON Worldwide.
It is Coffee In here on ON AM and FM. Thanks for joining us. Joe Callahan here with Dave Richards and former Mayor of Cumberland. Bill Murray is joining us today as well. And it's funny because we were just talking about the situations that Cumberland has and North Smithfield has about the beaver situation. Mm-hmm. And it's only because beavers are they're fun, they're cute. We make little cartoon characters out of them, and everybody loves them.
Yep.
However, I didn't hear anybody say boo or anything about Goose, the 5-foot lizard that finally got captured. He must have been on the loose for 2 weeks.
Yeah.
Traveling back and forth between Webster,
Since July 18th.
Webster and Douglas, Massachusetts.
Yeah, right.
And, they captured him, and there were just so many funny pictures, because you can do so much stuff with Photoshop. here he is hanging out at a diner.
Yeah.
Here he's walking down the street.
How did he survive? I just don't understand.
Well,
He didn't get hit by
he must be a vegetarian. So
We've
he's just
had warm weather.
hanging out in the water, just eating bugs and stuff like that, I
There's
guess.
a
But
lot of lakes there.
Yeah.
That neighborhood that was in Webster, Douglas, and of course, little south. Webster Lake is between that area
Yep.
and Connecticut, Thompson, Grovenordale area, Quabbin Reservoir.
No.
What else do you need?
Yeah.
So the lizard was captured. He's okay.
Yeah.
And they're going to move him to RSS Oasis, a nonprofit animal sanctuary. I don't know where this is.
Yeah, I don't know. What you
And it's going to be in a specially designed permanent habitat, and
Right.
he's going to get wonderful care.
Well,
and they're gonna
because the
feed him.
lizard, didn't he grow up in a house there? Somebody as
Yes.
a pet?
Yeah,
And
and
it's
they-
just got too big or something?
They're saying he
Probably.
escaped.
Oh.
Did he escape with help? I don't know.
Well,
He didn't let on?
I remember
Has
in
been said.
the story that the owner, the human person responsible for him being in Webster,
Yeah.
was receiving some disciplinary finage or something like that because he didn't have
good.
proper permits.
It's got to be a
okay.
fine, sure.
Such a lizard
Yeah.
in captivity there.
Alrighty. You get them, and they're a foot long and they're cute and all. Next thing you know, you got a 5-foot monster
Yeah.
on your
Oh,
hands.
God.
It's like, well, now what do we do?
Get away
Water
from
monitor,
the
not
get,
monster.
Get
Sorry.
away from the lizard for a minute.
All right.
You talk about the geese. Do you know the damage the geese do,
Oh,
and they
gosh,
don't?
yeah.
You can't hunt them.
No, right.
Is that
scare them.
look at Tucker Field, and I remember one particular thing. My daughter playing field hockey, and I saw her after the game, and all along
was, like,
around
covered.
was all geese. You know
Droppings,
what?
Yeah.
It was and they until we put the artificial turf in, they won't go near there.
Okay, there you go.
So they were down on the ball fields in Tucker Field. I belonged to Highland Country Club, and I was the Greens chairman there years ago. And the damage they did.
Oh, yeah.
And so one time, somebody came up with the bright idea of bow hunting them, right? We had 150 people at the gate the day that they were going to do
Protesting you?
Oh, yeah, we had to call it off.
Wow.
But they didn't realize what the geese were doing, which is private property, by the way.
Mm-hmm.
And Scott had mentioned private property. It doesn't matter whether it's private or public.
Right.
And the damage
Well, they don't know.
but the damage they do. We finally had a dog, a border collie, that helped us. One of the funniest stories though was somebody came to me and said, "Oh, we have a decoy that this guy makes." He said, "Oh, they work. We bought 3 of them decoys out of
Yeah,
a certain
put them on the field.
We
They
look out, the geese are lying right next to the decoy. So that's so much for that, right?
I remember. Do you remember Henry Goulet?
I
Who
do.
was- yeah, from Blackstone.
Yep.
A man who took a lot of time to work in the Blackstone community and try to help people. He had an office and of course a business and everything else like that. In his retirement years, I remember him saying, "I can't believe what the state has come to. I just got
Rhode
in
Island or
trouble."
Massachusetts?
This is Blackstone.
Okay,
Massachusetts.
so Mass. Okay.
Mess.
I can't believe I just got in trouble for going out with a broom and shooing the geese away from my home
Yep.
garden.
Yep.
Well, who told him you can't do this? The police?
DEQE.
How do they
The,
find out
the
about
equivalent
it?
of the DEM in
All right.
Massachusetts.
Well, how'd they
right.
find out about it?
Somebody complained.
Someone-
Somebody
well.
complained.
Yeah,
But it's his land.
right. But that doesn't matter, Joe.
Wow.
When it
Okay.
comes to people like DEM, private property does not matter to them.
Okay. But geese are not endangered birds.
No.
Canadian geese are visitors, and you do not.
Right.
You were.
they're dirty.
You cannot even. You cannot even harass them.
No.
You
Well-
cannot make them feel unwelcome on your property.
And by the
It is against the law.
Okay.
and by the way, they're nasty. Because
yeah.
And they're mean.
because this golf course I talked about, it was a funny story. It's not funny. The guy was trying to shoo him away with this.
Sure.
And he didn't realize there were some babies nearby, and the
Oh,
geese
look out.
attacked
They'll
him.
attack.
Oh,
Yeah.
attacked him.
Yeah.
And he held him off with the golf club. He didn't hit him.
They can break
He
away.
held it.
Swing, yeah.
But there's also, when I was the mayor, Nate Whipple Highway, because they come across from the swamp
Yeah.
quite a bit. And there was an accident there. I always remember them calling and trying to blame the town on something. Well, we have nothing to do with it. Geese were crossing, and a guy stopped short so he didn't hit them.
Okay.
And somebody
They get hit.
rear-ended him. And I'll always, you know, they're
So
calling
that's the
us. saying,
town's fault?
We got nothing to do with it.
Yeah.
Right.
Wow. All right, back here in Woonsocket, you know, two brothers fighting on the Court Street Bridge.
Oh, boy.
Not the
Well-
bridge, but yeah.
Well, near it. Okay. And allegedly one takes a swing, hits him, knocks his brother down, says he hit his head, passes away.
Yeah.
And they arrest the other brother. I'm like, wow.
Yep. He's going to court today. This
Is he?
morning.
Arraignment today?
Yep, arraigned.
Wow.
So I'm guessing
there's
that's involuntary manslaughter.
Yep.
I guess.
Somebody died
Yeah.
by
Well, no,
your hand, but you did not attempt to kill them. That
But
would be
maybe-
involuntary
They've
manslaughter.
Maybe
got-
he did.
They've got something.
So that's why you don't. I don't
Well,
know.
you
I don't
have
know.
an
You don't know
fight.
what the argument was about.
the defense is going to be that there was a fight. They had no
Yeah.
intention.
Right.
I
Wow.
think of my two boys that used to fight all the time.
Yeah.
Not like this though.
No,
right?
no, but thank God.
Yeah.
But they, boys are boys, and in a family. I'm not
Well-
condoning what this guy did.
Well, these guys are in their 30s and 40s.
Yeah, I know. I realize that, but
Yeah.
Something else is going on.
and you don't
Yeah,
know.
it's a
Yeah,
tragedy no matter what.
It is. It is. That's just like wow.
Any-
Okay.
Anybody
I'm,
that
I'm
dies.
not ready to believe that one brother wanted the other brother dead. He
No.
may have been angry at him,
sure.
Mm-hmm.
but I'm not ready to believe that.
Well, that could, that also brings out that it could say you're in a fight that you don't really want to get into,
Mm-hmm.
and you're able to whack somebody, and he falls, kills.
Yeah.
As
kills,
you're defending yourself.
and you're defending yourself.
That's
and
manslaughter.
you're
It
going to
is.
go through hell and high water. I mean, the old days we never thought about that.
Right.
Now you got to really think
Even if
twice.
it's a lady that falls down and dies, it's still manslaughter.
Exactly.
You realize that?
Well, go look at the
And
look at
Leslie
that.
Page is
that
walking in the
message.
studio now, and she wants
Oh,
she
see,
wants to
see?
visit that and see if that's on the up and up.
Oh well, look at Cincinnati. That mess over in
Good morning,
Cincinnati.
Leslie.
That woman that got
That's ugly.
got whacked. Ooh,
Yeah.
that was ugly.
So Bill, have you played golf at Triggs?
I
Golf
have
course down in Providence?
I have before.
You hear they're being
I hate it. By the way,
You hear they're being sued?
no.
Yes.
Yeah, a
This
strip
is so
club
funny.
in town
Oh.
booked a tournament,
Yeah.
and
They
and
booked
then-
another tournament on the same day.
Well, the city runs that.
Yes.
And
yeah.
in fact, it was funny. I just talked to somebody who says I play there all the time. They've improved the course.
Okay.
5 years, 6 years ago, it was terrible.
Terrible,
shape.
yeah.
Well, they weren't putting any money into it.
Well, there you go.
Right.
All
But
right.
the city owns that course. They were going to. There was a big movement, and they got stopped. In fact, I think Mia Smiley had a lot to do with stopping it. They wanted to sell that, and that was
And make
the
it private?
council to make a profit and put housing up there.
Oh, okay.
You imagine the housing that would go up there, and that.
Well, this is the one right by Rhode Island College and Mount Pleasant
yeah, it's right
High
up-
School.
Yeah, right
okay.
on the
all
back
right.
of.
Yeah.
Yep.
So they booked two
No
tournaments
kidding.
on
Wow.
on the same day, and
That
so
must have been a
the way I
so
heard
the strip
it,
club
Joe,
is suing
Yeah,
them
the way-
because they get thrown out.
Yeah, the way I heard it was
Yeah.
is that the claim is that whoever took the booking wasn't fully conscious of the fact that it was a strip club. Anyway, somebody sees their name on the list and says, "Oh, wait a minute, we can't do that." So
But I
they
think
they
they-
double booked it to squeeze out. And now,
But still against
my
the law.
understanding is that the strip club got wind of the rumor that I heard,
Okay.
and now they're making a case out of it in
Yeah.
court.
Well, they got a case.
They
And we
do.
don't know if that's true or not, but I'm saying that that's what was said.
Okay, so it made it. The Boston Globe is reporting on it. They're saying Triggs management is guilty of breach of contract and negligence, and the GM down at the golf course doesn't want to talk about it.
No, I didn't.
Well,
I
Under
don't think so.
under advice from attorney.
City employee lawsuit? I don't think
No.
so.
But it looks like someone. Yeah.
Ah, but it'll be
Wow.
just another lawsuit that the city of Providence has.
Well, they'll,
Just put it in the pile.
you think they'll just settle? No,
Oh yeah,
there you go.
I know them.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know, but my guess is because that's the easiest way.
Yeah.
Other than that, it costs you a lot of money unless
Yep.
you think you're absolutely 110% right.
Okay.
And you
Well,
can still
You're
lose.
wasting your money.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But these organizations, these clubs, put on these kind of fundraisers. Is
Right.
what they really
Sure.
are.
Yeah,
right.
And they happen all over the state, and the world doesn't stop spinning, and everything's okay. And
Right.
and maybe that's it, Dave. They saw the name of the club and they say, "Oh, we can't have these. It'll ruin our great reputation
It sounds,
if we have them here."
but who would really know?
You're right.
Yeah.
All the people's going to know are the people that
As long as they're
that
not,
golf and go to that club,
and they're not stripping on the course.
and they're not.
Yeah.
I don't,
Well,
at
we
least I don't
wouldn't
think.
have that
We don't.
anyway, would we?
No,
Hey, listen,
I don't know, but
if you take 2 minutes to think about it, the industry, if you'll call it that,
All right.
of men's entertainment, if you allow us to clean it up that much.
That's a good way to put it.
Yeah, right.
I like
They are very, very careful about their image. There be no fooling around.
Oh, no,
with
that's
it.
right, yeah.
Goodness. Right here in Woonsocket, we have one that just the grounds are always immaculate. They
Yep.
stay out of the news. They own residential property. They told me where many of their workers are.
Live?
They're right, and
Okay.
so they take care of them. They make sure that their needs are met. And I mean, there's a if you can get past the core
of what they do.
of what they do, they try to do it in the best way possible, I think.
All right.
Are you a spokesman for them?
No,
I'm just
In fact,
curious.
I've not been inside that place since it wasn't a restaurant anymore. Last time I was there, it was for a fundraiser for Mary Lamoureux, who was running for council.
I remember her very well. Yeah, I knew her husband
Dave,
very well.
Still a restaurant.
Oh, the
Oh,
restaurant
yes.
is
So
still there?
they
See, I
promote-
didn't know because
they-
I don't.
What
go
was
there.
They
What was the
promote
name of
that.
the old one?
It was K2U for a while.
That's
then
right.
Then it was
Yeah.
And it was a
Now
sports
it's
bar for
Rhode
a while.
Island Dolls.
Rhode Island
I
Dolls.
think they changed
But
changed
same
the name.
owners.
Not Satin Dolls.
Nope, that's Providence.
That's Providence.
Is that one still in
You have
Providence?
don't ask me. My wife might be listening.
That was that one used to be near
Let's
the.
take the break
Civic
so Leslie
Center.
can talk.
Oh,
She
okay,
doesn't
very
dare
good.
try to address this situation.
No.
All right, very
Staying
good.
out of that.
More coming up. Stay tuned.
ON 1240.
William is one of millions of Americans who uses GoodRx to save on the cost of their prescriptions.
My oldest daughter, Camilla, 2 days old, she had to have open heart surgery. All of a sudden, she's on 5 different medications. It adds up at the end of the month. Me and the pharmacist got so tight. She said, GoodRx save you a lot of money. Saving that extra $200-300 a month. We're able to do all these extra activities, so it puts less stress on our household, and it puts less stress on our pockets.
Download the free app or visit GoodRx.com and start saving today. GoodRx user compensated for their time. GoodRx is not insurance, but can be used instead of insurance.
Febreze.
It's a classic odor tale. You fried fish for dinner, cleaned up, but the smell is still in the house. And the neighbors are coming over for game night. They're on their way. And then you spray Febreze Air Mist. Febreze Air starts working instantly to fight even your toughest odors, so you go from fish to fresh like that. Now all you have to worry about is Pam cheating at charades.
Breathe happy, Febreze. La 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 la. ON Radio.
It is Coffee and on ON AM and FM. Thanks for joining us. Joe Callahan along with Dave Richards,
And
Bill
Leslie
Murray.
Page is here.
Leslie Page is joining us from the Woonsocket Harris Public Library. How are you, Leslie?
I'm well, thank you.
Excellent, excellent. Let us know what's going on at the library.
Okay, our summer hours are Monday, Wednesday, and Thursday from 9 a.m. to 8 p.m., Tuesday and Friday from 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. We are closed on Saturdays through Labor Day weekend. We will be closed Monday, August 11th for Victory Day. We offer self-service photocopying and faxing, and our reference department provides notary services free of charge on Monday, Wednesday, and Thursday from 9:30 to 11:30 a.m., 2 to 4, and 5:30 to 7:30 p.m., and Tuesday and Friday from 9:30 to 11:30 a.m. and 2 to 4 p.m. This week, the Children's Department is offering Sensory Exploration Fun today at 10 a.m., Drop-In Crafts Tuesday, August 5th from 2:30 to 4 p.m., and Framed Mosaic Cloth Art on Wednesday, August 6th at 3 p.m. For more information about all children's programs or to register, please call 767-4122. This week, the Teen Department is offering Tabletop Role-Playing Game on Tuesday, August 5th at 3 p.m., and Storytelling Through Theater on Thursday, August 7th at 3 p.m., and Henna with Pinky also on Thursday, August 7th at 3:30 p.m. For more information on all teen programs, please call 767-4132. Our next Tech Tuesday will be held on Tuesday, August 5th at 2 p.m. Learn how to access ebooks and audiobooks on your mobile devices and or email tips and tricks. Call 767-4124 to register. All of the latest information about programs, services we offer, and how to reach us can be found at our website, woonsocketlibrary.org, or on our Facebook page. If you have any questions or would like more information about anything I've mentioned today, please call us at 769-9044. And we look forward to seeing you at the library.
Now, Leslie, I understand you'll be filing your report by recording next week because it's an actual holiday in Rhode Island still.
Yes, it's already
So
done.
we'll miss
actually.
you in the studio.
Yes, I won't be here in person.
That's very good.
I want to
Well,
ask Leslie though this because we have this day in history, Leslie. So maybe you have a thought on this or not. But today's on the day, 18 whatever it was.
1892.
Thank you. That Lizzie Borden's parents were found murdered in their home.
Sure.
Did she do it or not do it? Did you any thoughts on this? Did you follow
I
it?
know I used to read about it when I was younger, and it seems probable that
All right.
she did it,
All
but
right.
you
What?
know,
Acquitted?
Not me.
will we ever know?
Well, no, not now.
Not me.
Tell him about the hatchet.
When I think back on the circumstances that I've learned about it, Lizzie Borden's personality, she was not a warm and cuddly, nice and sweet type of lady. She was stern, tight-lipped, sarcastic, and used to getting her own way. And so that's the kind of person that people don't generally like anyway. So she was an easy scapegoat in this thing. That's the way I understood it. That when you took it all in context, not because none of that was in the trial transcripts, because first of all, the trial transcripts were handwritten and they weren't, you could have missed something somewhere and all the rest. But she was. I learned this from Russ Gorman, the late Russ Gorman, astrologer. He did a whole television program on Lizzie Borden.
Mm-hmm.
And, of course, he was an astrologer, so he did all of this stuff like that, and this will account for that. And I said, well, that's what I heard about her, that she confided in her sister and never admitted to doing it, but it was so easy to blame her because people didn't like her.
And she was in the house.
She was there.
She was there. So.
And
one of the few
for the
people
rest,
there.
for the rest of her life, she did a lot of philanthropy. She gave money away, and she
She
did
had,
all.
she had to leave Fall River, though.
Yeah,
They didn't
right.
like her there.
It was, she wasn't the totally dislikable person. She just had a personality that didn't gravitate toward others.
All right, Bill, your son played in the NHL. This is kind of an amusing story. A forward for the Seattle Kraken,
Right.
John Hayden, and the mascot of the Seattle Kraken, Boy is the name.
Bowie, yeah.
Bowie?
Bowie,
Okay.
yeah.
They're shooting a promotional video to come buy tickets to see the Seattle Kraken.
Right.
And they're in some river fishing. All right. And who comes on the other side of the river?
Charlie Moore.
Charlie.
Here comes a real grizzly bear.
Oh.
Hey.
Not an actor. Not an
No,
leader.
he wasn't being paid. Hey, you're in my water.
Yeah,
He
yeah.
starts chasing them. And so now you can only run so fast in the water.
Right.
But they made it to the other side. When the bear saw they finally made it to the other side. All right. I've scared you
you got out
enough.
of the water.
The bear let them get to the other
Well,
side.
yeah, okay, now stay out.
They didn't do that promotion again, right?
Well, at least I'm sure they both said, well, no, you can't pay me
get
enough
me
to
out
do
of
this
there,
anymore. Did you see the size of the bear?
And they move.
They can when they want
stories
to.
that I've read,
When they want to,
they
sure.
can move.
Okay.
So excuse me. If you happen to, I'm not an expert on this. Don't run in a straight line. You have to
serpentine.
You have
yeah.
to go back and
Okay.
forth because that's the only
they
way
don't
to
get
slow.
directions
You run in a
fast.
straight line, they're going to catch.
They're going to get
Right.
you. Okay.
That's what I read.
They don't change direction as fast
No,
as
that's
they
right.
run.
All right.
Yeah. so-
Alligators the same way. Bob.
I mentioned this to Joe earlier this morning, and this kind of goes along with some of the talking of the beavers and the geese and everything else we had earlier in the program.
Right.
It was on this date, August 4th, in 1983, that New York Yankee outfielder Dave Winfield was arrested by Toronto police because the Yankees were visiting the Blue Jays for a game, and during the warm-ups, he threw a baseball and accidentally killed a seagull.
Right.
I remember when this happened.
I don't remember
I
this
re-
happening at all. You do?
I do
Was
remember that. I'm that old
All
that
right.
I remember
I'm
that.
not, well, I'm not old too, but
But I can tell you that's typical anti-Yankees. They didn't want him playing in that game. It had nothing to do with the
Let's arrest
seagull.
him
gonna-
again so he won't play that game?
I'm gonna-
That's funny,
I'm
though.
going to protect the.
You mean if it was a Blue Jays player, they would have looked the other way?
Yes,
Is that what
that's
you're
right.
Well,
saying?
they thought the seagull was a blue jay. No,
a spy.
that was a
eh?
bad joke.
Okay.
Wow. All right. In case you follow these kind of things, The Sturgis Motorcycle Rally in South Dakota has started.
Oh, I can't wait for that one.
Thousands, and we mean thousands. 700,000 people go to this thing.
And do you know who is the top cop in charge out there?
Do I know him personally? I don't think so, do I?
The former high sheriff of Providence County, Rainey Lafayette.
Is he still the high person
Yeah.
out there?
Well, no.
Him and
He's the police chief out in that
But they only
area.
have like 3 cops out there.
Or
Sturgis
deputy or
is a
something.
tiny town.
Well, but he
Wow.
he told me all about Sturgis. He says in the stuff that
Goes on.
just waddles into town, and he says, well, the best we can do is keep a lid on it.
Yeah.
You can't stop what's going on, but you can keep a lid on it.
It's the
It's like
85th annual rally,
It's like Laconia.
but bigger.
Bigger, yeah.
But mu-
I was
much
just going to
bigger.
say, because Laconia, they take over.
Yeah.
That is, up through Meredith and that area.
So
That's huge.
The rally in South Dakota is all this week, goes through August 10th. But they drop quite a bit of money in
Oh,
the
yeah.
economy
Really
of
do.
Sturgis, South Dakota.
Drugs and booze, they
It's
cost
all
money.
it's all in the beer. It's where it's in. I'm like, wow. All right.
Nothing wrong with that.
And the police do urge the please be safe on the roads, avoid drinking and driving.
Right. Thank you very much for saying
give
that.
give it your best
You've
shot.
done your duty.
Yeah, protection.
Leslie, are you following this whole thing? I wish it would go away, but it won't. And it's the whole Sydney Sweeney American Eagle ad and how people are upset with her. And
I've heard about it. I don't really know. I've not seen the ad. I don't know a lot about it.
okay, Bill, you watching it at all? What
I've seen it.
What the,
I've seen
what's
it.
What's everyone so upset about?
Because she's grabbing the headlines, and the woke community doesn't like it, and they because now they have a very handsome young man on Dunkin' Donuts. It's been on all the ads.
Well, they're making
and,
fun of
and
it.
they're
Okay.
making fun of him, and it's what we're experiencing in this lifetime. That do I want to call it jealousy? Yeah, probably jealousy. There's nothing wrong with it. It's she's a very attractive young lady, and they're selling jeans. And
Well, that's right, yeah.
And by the way, if you read into it, which I happen to see something, the sales are sky high
Of the
for
American Eagle jeans?
American Eagles. I'm
Okay.
trying to figure out who it was. Yeah, American Eagles. They've come out. They said, "We're not.
We're doing great."
We're
Yeah.
doing great. Thank you,
Dave, you must remember we got to go back to the '80s when Brooke Shields was doing the jeans commercials
Sure.
for Jordache. It's the same. It's the same
Yeah.
thing.
It's-
Jordache was Calvin Klein.
Yeah.
Do you remember what it was, Leslie?
Calvin Klein.
Sorry, all right, Calvin Klein's. But it's the same thing. I look great in my jeans.
Yeah.
It's the same ad, but now we're in 2025 and people are.
But now they're
freaking out about
they're
it.
picking
But
her up.
the way
Well,
they say it now is she's got good genes.
Yeah.
And they
Right.
spell it Jeans, as in blue jeans.
Great jeans look good on everyone.
Right.
Right, and now in order to get at her, they're trying to paint her with a Nazi swastika, saying
Yeah, what's
that,
that?
was the selective breeding thing that went on with the Nazis.
But everything is Nazi now.
Yeah.
Whatever they don't like, it's Nazi.
Ah, yes.
But she was hired by American Eagle.
Yeah.
She's being paid to do this, right?
Oh yeah, she's a
So
model. She's a
then
model. She's a
how
very
is-
attractive young lady.
Then how is it her fault?
It's not her fault.
All right. Anyway, I wish, some things always take on a life of their own, and I wish it would go away. The best theme park in the United States is Dollywood
Yeah.
in Tennessee.
Yep.
According to the different
Beat out Universal? Beat out both Disney Worlds?
Yeah.
Yep.
TripAdvisor's
Yeah.
2025 Traveler's Choice Best of the Best Award, Dollywood. The park, co-founded by Dolly Parton, placed highest in the Best Amusement Park category. Beats out the Magic Kingdom, Universal Studios. TripAdvisor says the ranking is decided by above and beyond reviews and opinions from the TripAdvisor community over a 12-month period. When it comes to best theme parks globally, Dollywood comes in number 11 on TripAdvisor's list, but number 1 in the United States. I've never been there. Have you
Not
been
a
to
No,
Dollywood?
I've never been.
Pigeon Forge, Tennessee.
See, I've seen pictures. Looks really nice. So, okay. So, all right. Will that do it for the show for today? Just about. Thanks to Scott Gibbs, who joined us, town administrator from North Smithfield early today. We'll have Scott back on next month as well. And Leslie Page, thanks for coming in today. Enjoy your week off.
Oh,
Not
thank
week
you.
off. Next day off.
My Monday off.
Your Monday off. Your victory day off, right?
My victory day off.
And the library will be closed on the
The
11th.
library will be closed on the 11th.
All right. Got it straight. Very good. Bill Murray, thanks for coming in.
It's always a pleasure.
And giving you 2
Just
cents.
one
How about
thing I
those,
mentioned.
keep an eye on those Yankees.
Colonel Harmon retired, who's on the council.
Is that so?
She retired from the
From the service?
Yeah, I just saw it. I just want to give her a shout out because
I'm
she's
glad- I'm glad
lovely.
you mentioned it.
And yeah, she just retired. I think Friday.
All right, very good.
So thanks for having me.
All right, and Dave Richards, thanks for being here.
Thanks for having me, Joe.
All right, I'm Joe Callahan. We'll talk again this afternoon at 2, and stay tuned. Kim Garno's in the house.
Alrighty.
Yeah, blessings and good health.
Positivity.
With Kim Garno coming up next on ON Radio.
Broadcasting live and local daily from the Navigant Credit Union broadcast studio at the corner of Park Avenue and Kennedy Street. This is WOON Woonsocket Radio. And now, the news.
NBC News Radio. I'm Michael Kastner. President Trump says nuclear submarines are operating